We're live.
Yep.
All right, so we're live. Wonderful. Uh-oh, somebody got kicked out. That's okay. But we are live. We're just going to play a little bit of Rise Up as everybody gets ready to share. Can y'all go ahead and please share everyone as we're live?
Yes.
And people can get in. Facebook Live. It's going to be a great day. Where's my child?
I know what happened.
Since we went live, she's like, "Oops, okay."
She was like, "Oh no."
There she is. Really?
I don't know what happened. I'm like, did it just kick me out?
Yes, it did.
Oh.
It kicked you out.
I'm like, what in the okay.
Okay, so I just shared it.
Oh,
Okay,
you
everybody else shared it?
were trying to leave us.
I know. You can't leave.
Right.
Is everybody able to share it?
Yeah, I shared it.
Awesome. All right. Thank y'all so much. Welcome and thank you all so much again. I got to figure out how to do this for joining us. Grab your favorite beverage and don't forget to like and share this broadcast. We're going to have a great conversation this morning. Let's just take a minute one more time to share. Let me see.
Let's see.
Make sure everybody's sharing. All right, thank you so much. I gotta make sure I have my notes and everything with me. Okay, awesome. So are we ready, ladies?
Yeah.
Y'all doing good? Erica, Caressa, Nicki, everybody okay over here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome, good. Actually, let me send this to Annette. Wanted me to send. Make sure I send this to her. So I gotta make sure I send it to Annette. Hold on a moment, y'all. Send it to Annette. Okay. We're gonna start in just a minute. Caressa, can you send them to your grandma? She texted me earlier to send her. Make sure she gets the link also. Well.
So I'm not on the iPad anymore. That's why it logged me out because it died as soon as you went live.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm on my phone. I'm on my phone now. So now I can't.
That's okay. I just sent it to her. That's all right. Oh, Annette is actually here. Awesome. Good morning, Annette. Thanks for joining us. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with this conversation. Thank you, Annette. Take her off.
Hello, Annette.
All right, so let me ask this question, ladies, and for those that are joining us, when was the last time you sat down and just breathe? You know, like inhale, exhale. Let's just take that time right now to just do that.
Right now.
Inhale, ladies. Yes, right now. Inhale, ladies. Exhale. Nicki, the guy, she's in heaven. She's like,
it's a practice.
Let's do it one more time. Inhale, y'all. And exhale. Feels good, don't it?
Yeah,
it does. You know, sometimes in life we can get just so busy with everything, and even sometimes we think sometimes we think we're so busy we're being productive, and sometimes we are being productive. But I realize sometimes we're just being busy, and it comes a time in our lives when we have to just pause, to just inhale and exhale, just like we just did a minute ago. And so, a scripture I actually use is, or I make a reference to, is that the Lord wants our bodies are the temple of the Holy Spirit. And we've really got to take care of our bodies. And sometimes we're ripping and running and doing all this stuff, and we don't take a minute to pause. It may not end up the way we planned it to end, if that makes sense to you. It may not go the way we want it to go. And so it's really good for us to really sometimes just pause. And so the question is, do you think, I'm just going to put it out there, you don't have to answer now. Do you think it is that we're being selfish when we put the needs of others, put ourselves first? Do we think it's selfish? Sometimes I know a lot of women especially, think it's selfish to put themselves first because we've gotten so used to, we saw our moms do it, our parents do it, where we're just going and doing, being the wife, the mother, going to work, school, whatever it may be, owning your business, and we get so busy. An analogy I want to use is where I think self-care is so important. That goes back to our topic, self-care. Self-care is so important. And the analogy I want to use is just like when you're on an airplane. And before we take off, we know the flight attendants, they go on in front and they always say, in case of emergency, we got to get plane or something. One of the things that we have to do is the mask will come down. What do they tell us to do first? Do y'all remember? Exactly, Erica. One of the first things they told us to do is to make sure we put the mask, oxygen on ourselves first before we, address or help, our child, the children, whoever's with us. And I think that is so key that we've got to do it, take care of ourselves first. And so just like that analogy, it is very important that we take time to unplug from the noise, unplug from everything, and to get away. So I think it was Jane Fonda that says the challenge is not to be perfect, but it is to be whole. And I think that's one of the things we want to be perfect in doing certain things. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, we want to perfect certain things, but it's not to be perfect. We want to make sure that we're whole and we're healthy inside and outwardly. So today, everyone, Facebook world, please show some love. I had the privilege of having a heart-to-heart chat with these beautiful ladies to tackle the subject of self-care. So today I have beautiful Nicki Nye, who is a wife, a mother. She's also a believer and the business owner of Nicki Nye Cakes. Can y'all please show us some love for Nicki Nye? Me and Nicki are the only ones in the church that got like bright colored hair. I love it. And then my next guest also is Erica Jones, who is also a wife, a mother, and the owner of Gem Aesthetics. She taught us some stuff. She was actually on the show. I have another broadcast that I do, and she was actually on there and shared some stuff. I was like, I didn't even know what esthetician was. Thank you so much, Erica. So please show some love for Erica Jones. Erica, thank you so much for joining us. And last but not least, of course, is my daughter, Caressa Smith-Wilson. She was like I said, she's my daughter. She's also a wife, mother, and the owner of Bo's Customs. Please give a hand to Miss Caressa here too. Thank you so much. We got some clapping. We got some doing this.
Yeah, I'm holding the phone with one hand.
How we gotta do it? I love it. I love it. I love it.
Y'all need a stand. I do.
Yeah, we do. And so once again, thank you so much for those that are joining us. So some of the things we're going to discuss is, and I actually noticed that two of the questions I have are the same thing: why it's important to unplug from the world, which is the same thing as similar to the importance of self-care. The other question is what does self-care look like? And once again, I thank you all for saying yes to this. I had no doubt the Lord showed me your faces. I knew you guys, ladies, were the right ones to be on this live. And so thank y'all so much once again for saying yes. And so anyone that wants to go first, say, so why is it important to unplug from the world? Does anyone want to tackle or kind of share what that is or why?
Ladies.
And I know, like, you don't have to run.
The world can be nasty.
Yeah.
Just
that's for sure.
It can be nasty
and overwhelming.
Yeah.
Overwhelming, yeah.
Exhausting, like all of those things. I feel like everything is energy, and we use so much energy every single day. And I just think that all of the information that we take in from, whether it be social media or if you have a job, in a workspace and you're around other people, you're attracting all of those energies, and it can definitely wear you out. And I think that's one of the main reasons why it's important to unplug, because we have to recharge. I mean, just like our phone batteries needs to be charged, we have to recharge, and we can get into the habit of just going every day. And then you realize 2 or 3 weeks has passed since the last time you sat down and had, like a day to yourself or a moment to yourself. So I definitely think it's important to unplug, and sometimes it has to be scheduled. Like, okay, next Monday is my day to, so.
I agree.
What about you, Nicki?
That I really like the phone analogy that you used, actually, because if you really think about it, when you use your phone like every so often throughout the day, you only have to charge it at night. But then if you use it all day with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, and you're on Facebook and Instagram, and you're doing all these things, you're texting, you're doing phone calls, you got to charge it in the middle of the day, or sometimes in the morning after only 3 hours of work or whatever it is that you're doing. So that I really like that.
That's so true.
And then to piggyback off of the phone analogy, also, when you keep using your phone, sometimes it overheats.
Yes.
It feels like you just keep going and going and going. I feel like, that can apply to life.
Exactly.
You could just overheat, not, physically, but just your mind. You just feel like you're going to blow.
Your brain is like, you're exhausted. Exhaustion is real. Mental exhaustion.
It's real.
Yes.
It is real. So to me, it sounds like you ladies have experienced burnout. You've experienced exhaustion. And so I guess the question is, when did you realize that, oh my God, I have to pull away? And I'm going to, if you don't mind, I'm going to share real fast. Earlier this year, I was involved with quite a few different things I had on my plate. And it came to the point where I wasn't sleeping well. I had to take melatonin just to go to bed. It came to the point where, I felt like I was walking around like almost like a zombie. My mind, you can't even calculate 2 + 2. I mean, that's when I knew I was like, okay, hold on a minute.
Brain fog.
Yeah, just off brain fog. And I'm like, okay, God, hold on a minute. And that's when I knew, okay, you have to pull away. Even when it hurts others, you have to also think about yourself. And that's when I was at that, I'm not going to say, I guess the breaking point, but I'm like, okay, I've got to unplug. I've got to, and recharge, unplug from the world and then recharge. Because if not, I will explode. And once again, it goes to not everyone is going to understand it, and that's okay as long as you understand it. The reason you're behind why you're doing it, that's all that matters. And so, what was the breaking point for you, Caressa, Erica, and Nicki, to say, okay, hold on, I got to pull away?
When I can feel it physically, I think that's one of the worst things, when you're like stressed out or burnt out and you can feel
that's when
it.
It's too late.
And it can really affect your health. And I've learned that over the years with having health issues, that stress and everything can just really, it can impact your health. It can be deadly at times. Stress is not fun. So I think that's when I realized, when I can feel it, I'm just like, okay, let me pull back for a minute and just regroup, even if it's for like an hour or something. It doesn't have to do that. Or sometimes I might take a day and just say, okay, today I can't complete orders because I'm tired,
Right. I think for me, when I realized this, it was actually a few years ago, maybe. I would just like see old pictures of myself and I'm like, I miss her, or I remember her, but it's like, I'm the same me. So, why do I feel like that? And then also, just feeling like I don't have any help, when that is furthest from the truth, My husband is very hands-on. My mother is definitely, she pulls through when she needs to. And but when I was feeling like, okay, nobody's helping me out, or I miss the old me, that's when I was like, okay, like changes need to be made, and I need to make more time for myself. But when it's like, it was just me and my oldest son for the longest time, just us. So it was a lot easier, like I can just be on the go, drop him off to my mom, and I'm done. But then you get married, you have a house, you have more kids.
Yes.
It's a lot. And you just kind of get in a routine.
Yes.
And like you said, Mom, you're doing what you're supposed to do. You're taking care of the house, you're working, you're doing all the things, but then it's like, okay, wait a minute. I don't even feel good,
Yeah.
And if I don't feel good, nobody else is gonna feel good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's when I realized.
What about you?
We set the whole mood for our family and our household.
We do.
Like our husbands, bless them, they are the heads. But we, oh my goodness, if we are off, then everyone's off.
Yes.
And it got to the point for me, I was having panic and anxiety attacks about the most simple and basic things. And it would, because I was just so overloaded while also being completely empty. And it was like, okay, something just has to get done now. Like this is check engine light has been going off for every little thing in this vehicle, and nothing's been tended to except for like a little drop of fuel or something every so often, and it's just not cutting it anymore. So when I wasn't physically even able to be present, or mentally or emotionally able to be present, and that was huge. So that was a big deal, and that's when I was just like, all right.
And Nicki, you just said the key word. You felt like you feel empty, and I think there's a quote that says you cannot pour from an empty cup. How many times have we tried to do that? Oh my gosh. Exactly. And then I think one of you also say when you don't feel well and you've done so much, it's almost like you're ready to explode on everybody. Gonna feel the wrath. They're gonna feel it.
Right. Just like what Caressa said about not feeling good, like you feel it physically. And if you get sick and you're not well inside, it's gonna take you longer to get healthy. So all of that plays a part. It really does.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Wow. I'm so glad I'm around some smart women that know how to step back and say, okay, this is I gotta pull away from it.
You have to know when.
You have to know when. And one of it is when you feel like you're about to explode or you just feel empty. You look at some pictures like, I want that same person, I want that person.
Right.
And because we've gotten so almost like we've become robots and we're just going and going.
Sorry to cut you off, Mom, but
no, that's fine. Go ahead.
The main reason why I felt like I knew something needed to change was because I was feeling like I was missing the old me. But now I'm married. I have more children. I have a business. I have all these good things going on, but I miss the old me. So that's how I knew, like, okay, you need to spend more time here.
Yeah.
That's really the main thing.
Yeah. It's so good. And so you guys have actually answered the question. I was going to ask this question, and you kind of responded. So what does self-care look like? Because if you really look at society, people would say, well, self-care looks like me, shopping, just me. I just want to get away and just shop. Self-care looks like, sitting, drinking against a glass of wine, whatever you want to call it. A glass of wine is my self-care. Self-care is soaking in the tub. Unless I've gone again. Self-care is me soaking in the tub.
She'll be back.
I'm sorry. It's okay. So people have their different definition of self-care.
Yeah.
So what does I guess you ladies have kind of already answered, unplugging all these different things, analogies, but so what do you do? And I don't know if I'm getting ahead of myself, but what do you ladies do for self-care? What do you do?
I don't think there's a wrong answer. I think it's whatever feels good, whatever releases those
makes you feel good
and stuff, whatever makes you feel good.
And I think it just depends on your mood at the time.
Yeah, I agree.
Sometimes you might want to do a spa day, or sometimes you might want to go out for drinks. So it just all depends on how you feel. Like Caressa said, there's no right or wrong answer on how you show, self-care.
Yeah. What about you, Nicki? What do you do for self-care? And I'll share myself.
I think, first of all, it's important to realize and recognize that the deepest, best self-care is what you really want other people to surprise you with. Like, if you want to be surprised with flowers, go buy yourself some flowers. Treat yourself.
I do all the time.
Like, if you love makeup or nails or clothes or whatever your thing is, and you are just like, or maybe it's traveling or whatever, don't wait for someone else to come and just do it for you, to gift you. Go treat yourself, because at the end of the day and at the end of your life, you're the most special, significant that you're ever going to have in your life. And you have to take care of that person. So for me, I love makeup and hair stuff. When I get to sit down and play with the canvas that God gave me, it's different every time. And I get to find different facets and, different colors or different lengths of lashes or different piercing jewelry. Like it's all different. That's just my thing. That helps fill me back up, because then I get to explore who this is and I get to take care of her.
Right. Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned buying yourself flowers, because I do all the time, and then my husband will be like, oh, so you buying yourself flowers because I haven't bought you some? And I'm like, I love flowers, so I'm buying myself some flowers.
That's really good.
So that's funny that you said that. But yeah, I mean, I'm the same way. And I think there's so many different parts of me that it just, like I said, it just really depends on my mood, on how I do self-care. Like sometimes Sunday mornings, I'll wake up really early before everybody and just have like the bathroom to myself. I'll do a facial. I'll do, do the whole nine. And sometimes I'll just go out on the porch and have a cup of tea, But I think that whenever it's like quiet time, that's my thing. If I can get quiet time, it's self-care. My house is on a million. All day. All day. And I'm not the only one. I know that. But like Nicki said, like it can be the smallest thing, and I'll just be like, okay, what in the world? But that's because, okay, you're doing too much, Erica. because they're just being kids. But to me, I'm like, okay, you guys need to, but it's not them. It's me.
No.
Yeah. Caressa, you want to share something?
I try to stick with Sundays and Thursdays when I do like spa stuff. Yesterday I was a day late, so I did it on yesterday. But and Naya usually comes and does it too. I'm like, this is my self-care.
Right.
But
love you, but
yeah, this is my time. But I usually just, I wash my face, I'll do a face mask. I used to paint my own nails and stuff, but then I started going to the shop because the kids are still here when I'm doing my nails. So, the shop allows me to escape, even if it's for an hour or two.
Yeah. All of it matters. Anytime.
Yeah. And lately I've been like looking at stuff to shop. I'm like, I don't need to shop. I don't need to shop. Right. But it makes me feel good. Like I'm finally doing something for myself because I don't. I always put myself.
She doesn't. Yeah. She doesn't. Yeah.
So,
she does. My self-care is, and this is just who I am, is just getting away. Like you said, when you unplug and just being quiet, get up in the morning, and I can always feel when something is off because I don't spend that time. And so, and Nicki, I'm sure you guys know, I'll get away. I'm like, okay, it's me and Jesus before I start my day, because if not, especially when I feel like I'm up here, I'm like, okay, God, it's got to be me and you. And when I feel that way, agitated and stuff, I know that I've stepped out of that place of resting. Because we don't know how to rest. And so I know that I've stepped away from that place of resting. And I can always feel, I'm like, okay, God, let me get back to this place of just being still.
Exactly. You have to be still.
Yeah, and because everybody has their own way. And mine is, like I said, just being still, having my soaking worship on. And like, okay, let me get back to this place, Jesus. And then also one of the things that I love to do is, and I do it at night, and I got one for Caressa, is journaling.
Yeah, that's what I love to do.
This is also self-care when everybody, by then, hopefully everybody's in the bed. I don't know about correct. Y'all have young people. I don't have young people. My youngest is 16, thank the Lord.
Yes.
But so that everybody's in their own rooms, that can just lay down at, from the day, then at night, just say, okay, let me just journal and just thank those. I think when you're thankful, you begin to write those, I'm thankful for, you forget like, oh God, today was so hard, because you're like, oh yeah, I did do this.
Right, exactly.
You did this and this did happen. You forget all the craziness,
all changes your mindset. Yeah.
It really does before going to bed. And I think it's a great thing, especially before going to bed. Because I think it's so miserable to go to bed like I'm just still mad at the whole world.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want to go to bed that way. And so for my when I realized I need to do self-care, my self-care is just getting away, literally shutting everything down, pulling away, and like, okay, God, what did I miss? Or let me just get back in your presence and just begin to soak and meditate seriously, because we can get busy where you just get up and just start going and forget to say, okay, God, I just thank you for this day.
Exactly.
I have activities in my limbs. I can breathe on my own. I'm not in the hospital somewhere. I can breathe on my own, because once again, it goes back to, so we take things for granted. We take our bodies, our shell for granted, but you're just so grateful. Like, God, I'm so thankful. Pause.
Yeah. That's so true.
And so go from there. So that's one of the things I do: get away, meditate, and then I love to journal at night. And one of the things I do, and it's not sure if it will go with self-care, but we do a thankful jar. My family have been acting funny towards, I'm the only one in the jar. Jeez. But I have a thankful jar start at the beginning of the year. Y'all might have known it. And that to me is self-care, because once again, it's almost like the journal. You kind of write, this happened today. And we do it at the beginning of the year, and then we look at it at the end of the year. But I'm like the only one putting stuff in there, and I don't care.
The only one.
Yeah, I'm the only one.
It works for you.
I'm not there.
That's ours. But that's my self-care also. I feel good to just kind of put it in and kind of smile like,
that's
and
that's what's important.
I like to do that journal that you gave me. I do it in the morning to set my mood. I just, I write down things I'm thankful for, even if it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
That way I can just kind of set a tone for the day. I'm thankful that these kids listen today.
Right. Hopefully, Shay will take a nap.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
I'm so grateful for this nap he's going to take.
He's going to take. Exactly. Yeah.
And Angela said, go ahead, Nicki.
You also, self-care, I feel, is setting the expectation of how others should treat you. You've got to set that up, because if you are allowing these things, then you're then going to allow other people to do it to you and take you for granted, or just, interrupt yourself, or just you can't do that. You have to take care of this person.
That's good.
That's so true. Yeah.
Angela, hey Angie, she said make yourself a priority. And like Nicki just said, you set the tone of how people should treat you.
Yeah.
When you do that, that is so true. When you make yourself a priority, that is really good. So true.
Exactly.
It's so good. Were you going to say something else, Erica?
No.
Okay. Yeah. And then, so Nicki, I didn't know. So Nicki said the same. I mean, not Nicki, excuse me. Annette said the same thing. She said she just started buying herself roses.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's something you feel good. It's something you want, you would like somebody to
feel good. I buy myself like different flowers and I just put the arrangements together. My husband, he just buys roses, which is nice, but he always buys one from him and the boys. So it's always like so much flowers.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of kids. Okay, so he always does like, roses, but it's always from the boys. But
that's so
yeah,
it's
nice when you buy yourself flowers, though.
Yeah. I'm going to start doing that because I actually love flowers. I do, and when I go into the stores, I love.
I like to put the little arrangements together.
Yeah.
Kroger and Publix are my favorite places to
get
from.
Kroger always has a sale, like the plants. I love plants.
Oh gosh.
But I think it's also I think it's also important. We're not just talking about things that just make you feel good. It's things that make you feel good in a productive way.
Yes,
because you can think that candy bar was so good, but eating 1,000 of them in an entire year is not gonna make you feel good
at all.
Right? Yes,
at all. That's so true.
That's very good. That's good.
That's very true. I like that point.
Yeah, I'm looking at it that way too. Like you said, it makes
that's important. Yeah.
That's very, very good. And so I love, like I said, some of you guys have given so many great things, setting yourself as priority. It's also setting the tone for how others see you. And it's also making yourself a little healthier so you can deal with relationships. Because not just your family, you go out in this world. So when you said, you take care of yourself, you're also healthy. It's coming from a healthy place so that you can have healthy relationships. Because we want healthy relationships. And like I said, when I said earlier, not everyone is going to understand that, okay, I got to pull away from it and take care of myself. Right. And I want to tell y'all and those that are listening, and it's okay. As long as you understand that you have to put yourself priority, it is okay. It doesn't matter what anyone else has to say. Yeah. And so has anyone gotten slack for saying no? Because I think also one of the things that we get burned out in is because we're always, sure, I'll do that for you. Yes. Yeah. Of course I'll do this. Yes. You're always saying yes, yes, yes. And we don't really know how to say no. So when you finally say no, they're like, oh, you've changed, or
right.
How does that,
you acting funny.
That's the point.
Right. Oh,
yeah.
I had somebody tell me that years ago, and I got to the point. I was like, "That's the point. I'm growing. I'm growing, and I'm taking care of this." So yeah, I've changed because before I would let that happen, and now, nope,
not happening.
That's very good.
Yeah, that is good.
Yeah,
I haven't really gotten. I feel like for the most part, I've always put myself first, I guess you could say. But it's just one of those things, like once I did a few years ago when I got married and, all those other changes, I was more so on like a daily routine, just kind of going. But I think that I'm really blessed because I do have a great support system. Like my mom, she always understands when I need a moment, or and my husband, he's wonderful with recognizing when I need some time, even before I do, or even before I say that I need to. He'll be like, I'm gonna take the boys, you got the house, whatever. So I'm really grateful for that because not everybody has that,
right?
And so I can't really say that people, kind of look at me like, oh, okay, because I've never really had a time where I put everybody first, I guess.
That's good.
I just always knew how to prioritize certain things and certain people.
That's good.
But again, not everybody is like that, and that's
Right.
understandable. But we do have to put
Yeah.
ourselves first, because
Yeah.
if we're not okay, nobody's gonna be okay. So
Right. Right.
yeah.
Mhm.
Anyone else want to chime in?
No, I don't think I've experienced where somebody's like, "Oh, you know, you taking care of you doing you." You
Yeah.
know, but if they if they try it, I can let
They
them know
did,
I
though.
am,
That's
and I am.
Yeah.
And is.
Yeah, it is, and
Right.
will. So yeah, I've never experienced that.
And it's not necessarily that you have changed. I was going to say it's more of saying no, because I've always been the person, to be very honest, to just say, okay,
Yeah.
okay, of course, okay, making shaking her head. So I guess she's feeling okay. Sure, I'll do that.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
And so I have to try, like I said, especially this year, was like, no, I can't do it. Oh, your feelings is hurt. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think that not to put anyone's business out there, but my mom has always been like that. She's always been the one that's there for people, or doing for others, and just always making it happen. And I think I've had to tell her, like, you need to step back a little bit, because you know the energy is not being received as it should, because like I said, everything is energy, and we exchange that. So if you are just pouring, and nobody's doing the same for you, like Nicki said, we teach people how to treat us.
Right.
So that's where you come in. You know, you have to take care of you. So
Nicki,
she's probably gotten some, I don't know, side eyes.
For making herself a priority.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the past few years, I've been letting her know that you're not doing everything for everybody anymore.
Yes.
Yeah. Start doing those things for yourself.
If I'm telling your business.
Sorry about telling your business. But I'm guilty, so yeah, that's okay. There's a lot of us out there that does that.
Oh
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a yes girl. Okay, sure. That's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. You know.
Exactly. It's so common. I mean, because people are just some of us are just givers and doers, and you know, like, we're just the go-to people. But I mean, there's been times that I have said yes when I didn't want to. I'm not, you know, like, oh no, I'm not doing anything for anybody, but there has been times, and after the fact, I'm like, I shouldn't have did that, or I didn't really want to, or you know what I mean?
Yep.
So yeah.
But then that's just your key to know next time, like, no, I'm not gonna be saying yes.
Right. I won't be saying yes.
You get a little bit, once you start saying no, you get more comfortable saying
yes,
no
you do.
to doing things you don't want to do.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is how I am. Actually, like I said earlier this year, I said no to something, like, or not necessarily no, but I'm like, okay, I think I'm going to hang that up. There are actually two things that I love to do, and I kind of just said, well, I think my time is up with this. I'm going to kind of pull away. And I got a phone call about a week or two ago, just kind of asking, like, hey, would you like to do this? And I didn't even have to hesitate. I said, I got too many things on my plate. No, man, I appreciate it, but no, I've got to take care of this temple. So
exactly.
So part of self-care is all definitely knowing how to say no when you know when you know it's going to jeopardize whether it's your health, your brain, you know, your just all that, your emotions. Is just knowing how to say, no, not right now, or not, no, not so. So how do y'all feel?
Doesn't feel good.
Yes, exactly. So how do y'all feel that you have, you know, have this subject been something that you've, you know, I guess talked about a lot, or this has been good to be able to express and kind of just say it, talk about it? Nicki.
Sorry, say that again.
How do you feel about sharing this? Because I believe you actually did a post recently. You were kind of talking about taking yourself, and that's actually, I'm like, yep, I need her on the broadcast.
I went through a lot of really difficult things growing up, and then in my early adult years, and it was always to serve everybody else. It was always to please everybody else. It was, and it got to the point where I was in a horribly abusive relationship, and that I was forced into, and I didn't even want to be in it, but somebody else forced my hand, and I wound up being married to someone, and it was terrible. But they took control over everything, and then I finally realized when I saw it spilling out in other places, I was like, no, okay, I gotta stop this now because everything was taken from me, but I'm the one that has control to give that away or take it back.
Mhm.
And so I finally did, and it took a process.
Yeah.
And I'm still going through that 10 years later, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was always just doing everything that they said. I couldn't do certain things with my hair. I couldn't do certain things with makeup. I couldn't wear certain clothing.
And that's probably
and to
why
have
now.
that is why I am anything and everything. If it is
Well,
if
I'm
it is
glad to
what
see you in this state. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
It's a level that I'm very, very grateful to be at now.
Yeah,
For
freedom.
Sure.
Yeah, it is such freedom to get to, you know what? I can do that because I can. I can and I want to, and nobody can tell me no because this is mine.
Right.
Yeah. That is so good.
Oh, Nikki, you got me tearing up.
Yeah, she definitely has a story. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to share. Because she's definitely come out of her shell from even just meeting you years ago. She's definitely so glad to see you making yourself priority.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
how many you have? What, 4 children? 4 you have, Nikki?
I have 4. Ooh, yeah.
Little ones.
She said,
the oldest is 12, and the youngest is about to be 5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's still older than my youngest. That boy.
How's your youngest, Erica?
He's 2. He'll be 3 in September.
Little one, for real.
And the oldest is 13. So
okay. Yeah.
Man, busy house.
Yes.
And the middle one is 6, if anybody was wondering. So yeah.
Kids are something else.
We understand.
Yeah.
Kids are something else.
I'm so glad I'm way past that. Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
Grandkids told me, it's time for y'all to go.
I know I gotta do mine, but
I know. Doing the time.
Oh my goodness, thank you, Lord. This has really been good. I know we still have a little bit more time. If anyone has any questions they'd like to post in the comment section, I'm sure these lovely ladies would like to answer, or any questions or comments. They would love to hear from you all. You all have so many stuff, like I said, to share. You guys have really shared your heart, and I really appreciate it. You guys have been open, have been honest, and I do truly love that.
Thank you for inviting me on.
Yes.
Yeah, that's no problem. So is there, as we, I guess, get ready to close, or if anybody's have anything they'd like to say, are there any, I guess, tips or one word, whether it's one word or any tips for those that are struggling with either saying no or struggling with, how do I unplug? How do I take care of myself? What would that be? And I'd like for each of you all to take that time to, think about it first, but what would that be? And I can, if you want me to, I can share, I will share in the end. I'll share in the end, but what is that one thing for those that don't know? How do I unplug? I know I'm exhausted. I know my mind, brain fog, all this stuff, but I'm so busy. There's so many things to do in this world. Life is just so busy. I can't think about myself. For that individual, what will you, Erica, Nicki, and Caressa, what would you say to that person that just feel that life is just too busy? I mean, life is just not going to go on if I don't do it. I have to do it. What can you say to that person?
Just take the time.
Give me your phone.
And do you.
Give me your phone.
Give me your phone. Let's go.
Right. Let me get that.
Yeah.
I think that we just have to, so I have a favorite word. I don't know if that's common, but my favorite word is believe. And you just have to believe and know that, like you said, life doesn't stop. So if I take a moment, I have to believe that everything will still be in place, and everything is still going to go on. And once I get back to it, we'll just be, we'll just continue. So you just have to believe that everything will be okay. You have to believe and know that you need to take time for yourself, because if you don't, I'm telling you, nothing else will go right. Like, if you have a family,
Yeah.
Like Nicki said, my husband is obviously the head of the household, but he'll be the first one to tell you that I run the house, and not like that, but
yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I just keep things moving, and I just remember my mom being the same way.
Yeah.
My dad was a hard worker. He worked all the time, but my mom worked too, but she's the one that kept the household together, you know?
Yeah.
And I just find myself in that same space. Not as many kids as her, but it's just it's a different time from when I was growing up, you know. These kids need a lot more attention, but anyway, we just have to know that if we're not good, no one else is gonna be good.
Yeah,
we're the glue, and if you got old crusty glue, nothing's gonna stay together.
Nothing.
Exactly. If that glue is dried out,
yeah,
if the glue is dried out, it does nothing. So that's so true.
That is so true. That's very good. I like that. So Annette says, "Thank you for this, ladies. It has been so good. We are so important to the world. We really are. Not taking anything from men, of course, but we are very important.
Yeah,
we're very important to this world." And yes, that's true. And then I know Nicki kind of just said, "We are the glue that holds everything together." That is true. And then also, I mean, it goes back to also, the world is going to continue to keep going. And you know, it almost reminds me, unfortunately, sometimes people get so burned. Somebody left me a message. I was talking to someone yesterday, a family member, and she's saying, you know, this job that she had, she was working so hard, and she's like, "And cousin, you know, some people have died from this job because they're working so hard." And I was like, "Wait, what?" And I called Caressa, like, "I think that's what she said. I mean, this is the message again." And yes, she said, "This job is so hard. You know, you got to put your whole heart in it, this and that." Which, of course, you know, do what you have to do. But she's like, "But some people have passed through it because they put their all into it."
Yeah.
And forgot about themselves.
I mean, the corporate job that I have, there's been times that I've heard that people has passed away because the job is so stressful or just whatever it may be. And yeah, that's probably what she said on that voicemail, because I've seen it and heard it, and I am not interested.
It's not worth it.
I'm not signing up for that. No, thank you.
Yeah, no,
it's not worth it.
No.
That's not worth all that energy. That's not worth your time, or like,
I just hope
our
that
life is so much more.
Before it's too late, we can all recognize, you know, that we do need that time for ourselves. I mean, life isn't going anywhere as far as, you know, while we're here. So, I mean, you know, we have to make it fulfilled, and we just have to fill ourselves up so that we can keep doing it.
Yeah. Nicki, what were you saying? I'm sorry, I didn't get what you're saying.
Sorry.
I just say it's not worth it. That's not worth your energy, and you know, get a new job. There's plenty.
Yeah.
And if you can't find one, then create a business.
Create a business.
Have your own.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. That, like I said, that statement from my cousin Denise yesterday, really, I was like, "Wait, what?" No, damn. You definitely, there's no self-care there, because it's, you got to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Caressa, I think so. What was that one thing? I think Erica has spoken. Nicki, if you have any more things, ladies, please add.
I would say, just do you. Seriously, that's all I can say is do you. That thing that makes you feel good, do it.
Right.
I know I see a lot of people like, stop letting these iPads raise these kids. Listen, if I got to give the iPad to the kids for a few hours because I have to get something done, or I just need to sit and recharge, here's the iPad. Okay, go sit down and watch something. That does not make me a bad parent. That makes me a parent that cares about my mental, so that my kids can be okay as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So do you. That's all I can say is do you. You're not raising killers and, you know, bad people. Do you.
Yeah. I see Nicki said,
Yeah, seriously. I'm like, oh, please. My kids will get that iPad, okay?
There you go.
They're like, you need to stop. Okay.
And sometimes Shia has his own iPad. He calls it an iPack. So, he's so funny, but he has his own now, and he still wants to use mine. And guess what? Here you go, because I don't want you crying and screaming.
Yes. Yes,
Just use
exactly. Yep. You just go away. Use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need those times, man. Kids are
I'm telling you,
something
Mom,
else.
that boy crazy. Shy is the best. Shy is the best.
That's my friend. That's my friend.
He's the one, okay? The other
That's
two,
the one.
he's the one. The other two not so bad, but Shia,
Lord.
that's my baby. But
Yes.
Funny. That's so funny. Priscilla Clayton says, "Hey, girl." She said, "This is really good content." She said, "Thank y'all so much for sharing." Hey, Priscilla. That's one of my very best friends. That's very good.
Thank you. No problem.
Yeah. We actually, yeah, that's a very good friend of mine. So one of the things I also heard, and I'm going to share what self-care, like I said, looks for me. One of the things I heard, I don't know if it was Erica or even Nikki that said also, having a good support system, a great support system also is really good when you want to get away. And I think that really is good. You know, I know Nikki, you mentioned like her husband or so, your mom, whatever it is, to just say, okay, she kind of on edge. Let me pull away. Let me take the kids, the great, whatever, whatever it may be. Always a great support system can go a long way. And I'm grateful. As some of you ladies are very grateful for those support systems. You can just get away. For my self-care, I consider self-care is call Caressa. Girl, you want to go shopping or go walk in, go get her. She lived like so far away, but I don't mind going to get my baby.
Gosh, it's 30 minutes.
That's far, girl.
Not that far, Mom.
Jesus,
like
dramatic.
5 minutes away from you.
Dramatic.
That's far. If listen, I'm from Evanston, Illinois. Everything was around the corner. My first house from my mom and dad was like 5 minutes away, 3 minutes driving, 5 minutes walking, or 5 minutes walking. So I've been in Georgia forever, it seems like, but listen, that 30 minutes is far, but I love my daughter. And when I want to just say, let's just get away, have one of those days. One of my self-care days is spending time with her and my grandkids. I love spending that time with her. And so that is, that's one of my, I was going to say something else. One of those, I love that. And so,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're going to say something, Caressa? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I think it's lagging. Sorry. Oh, one thing that I've recently been doing is going to Marshall's. They have this section with so many self-care items. So body scrub, just stuff that makes you feel good.
Everything.
Yes. And I'd be like, can we go to Marshall's today?
Listen, I have to tell myself to stay out of there because they have everything.
They do. They do.
They do.
I think she's lagging. Is it me or is it Caressa lagging? Okay.
So check it out.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
I love.
That's okay, girl.
Are you back? Are you back, Caressa?
I think she's back.
I'm back. It's the internet. You know, I live in the woods. All right.
That's why I don't like to drive. You're far. She lives far in the woods. I dare not drive in the dark when I go visit her and try to come back in the dark. Jeez. But so once again, thank y'all so much for joining. Thank you for your tips. Do you have a great support system? Buy flowers for yourself, all that good stuff. Just get away. And like I said, for myself, yes, I know life, for those that are listening, life can get busy. And if my girlfriend Priscilla that's on, she's still on, but one of the things I went to be with her in June she had actually lost her mom. But to be very honest, Priscilla, she's still here. And I told her this too. That was one of my best self-care getaway. We just relaxed. Sometimes we were very busy doing, things for her to prepare for her mom's service.
Right.
But that was actually one of the best stuff. We were able to every night at least shut everything off. It was just us, just relax. Let's just relax and just talk about stuff. So that was actually one of my best in years. And then we laughed. And also what self-care is, laughing, getting with, whether it's your family or your girls, whatever, and laugh. When was the last time you laughed good?
Yes.
Listen, man, in June, I was at Priscilla's house. I laughed so hard. I was in tears. My belly hurt. Because when you laugh, you can't think of nothing negative. You're laughing.
Exactly.
And so another good self-care tip I want to put out there is also just laughing. You got to watch a comedy show, whatever it is, just laughing.
I love that.
Yeah, and so that was one of the things we did every single day. We were laughing like we've known each other since like the 6th grade, and we laughed like we were kids back in 6th grade, girl. And so that was self-care for me. And so So anybody else want to share anything before we go ahead and close out? Any ladies want to share?
Actually, that reminded me of something that really felt like I needed to. Was I've learned most of it from my kids. Watching them and their freedom to just wear this or to just go play with this, or when they're done playing with something, they'll let you know. They're just, okay, bye. And that's it.
So true.
It's okay for them, so why is it not okay for us? Because society has told us that, oh, you're an adult now, so now you have to do these things. And it's like, no.
Don't want to.
If I'm done, I'm done.
That's so true.
That's good.
Shia will FaceTime you, and then as soon as you answer, he'll be like, okay, bye.
And they just end it. They don't wait for your response. They just end it.
He's over it. He doesn't want to partake anymore.
He's not interested anymore, right?
So funny.
Yes, kids know. We can learn a lot from children.
That's very true. That's very true.
They've not been tainted. That's why.
Exactly.
That's it. True. So true.
That's very true.
That is very true. Wow. Thank God for
it. And even if we have as kids, because that happened to me too, it doesn't. It's still there's a time and a place, and you just got to get back to that. Those are our roots. We know those boundaries. So we just got to get those and set those back up and like, no, this is me. Those were things that were other people that put on me.
Exactly.
But this is me.
me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So true.
That is so good. Annette says she laughed at herself every day. Yeah, when I do talk to Annette, we do that. I'm like, girl, what are you doing? Or girl, what did I do that for? So yeah, Annette and I do a lot of laughing every so So get in the habit of laughing more. If you're not laughing enough, y'all get in the habit, for those who are listening, to laugh more. Laugh at yourself, like she just said. Laugh at yourself. Don't make it such a big deal. Like, oh my God, I really messed. Laugh at yourself. Okay, let me go ahead and start over. Laugh at yourself. Don't take it that serious. So that was actually pretty good. Yeah, laugh at ourselves. And so this has truly been. This has really been really good. You got, like, as I mentioned, y'all have shared a lot. Thank you for sharing your hearts. Like I said, for myself, my unplugging is getting back to that place of being quiet before the Lord, soaking in worship. I have, certain things that I listen to. I just kind of just soak. And then also for my meditation, I don't just meditate. I know we all may have different beliefs that are listening, but my meditation is meditating on the word of the Lord, the word of God, what he says about me and how he wants me healthy, which above all things that will prosper and being healthy, even as our soul prospers. And so I like to meditate when I feel myself dragging, like, okay, let's go back to the word of God. Let's go back to his presence. His presence means a lot to me. It's my also one of my self-care. If anything, that's my self-care. Like I said, do you make sure you're around a great support system. Laugh as often as you can. I think there's a quote that says, was it sing, dance like no one is watching, and sing like no one can hear you, whatever it is. I do that. All my kids get tired of me. Caressa has agreed. I'll be singing. And you're like, oh, Lord, so yes, if that wasn't what makes me feel good, I'm going to sing at the top of my lungs, wrong keys and all. I don't care. That is my self-care. And so I thank you all so much for those that have joined us on this broadcast, this live broadcast. It has been an honor. You ladies are some amazing mothers and friends and daughters. And I'm just so grateful to be able to share this with y'all. Y'all have so much to share. I don't believe that this is going to be the last time that you guys are going to be on, sharing your story, because I believe that there's definitely some more in-depth stuff that we can actually go into and really begin to share from the heart, from Nicki, Erica, Caressa, that y'all have some stories that y'all need to share. So y'all might as well go ahead and start penciling. Caressa, I don't know if you start penciling down some things. Y'all need to go ahead and start writing, either whether it's a self-help book, self-help on this is what self-care looks like, or like you just said, Caressa, that there's really not one way it looks like, whatever works for you. And so y'all start journaling those things and put them in books if y'all have to. And listen, I'm all about vision. I look straight ahead, Lord. Okay, I see the vision. Y'all need to start writing your books, your self-help books. This is not by coincidence. You guys are on here, but you guys had some really good, serious, good content that y'all can share and set people free. It's like our church are free. Y'all need to set people free, because you all may be free in that area of, okay, I know how to take care of myself and prioritize myself. But there are other women out there that are struggling, that are still saying, oh my God, I can't get away. I got it. I got this for my husband, the kids, my work, whatever. Yeah. There are women out there and men that are struggling to take that time for themselves. So I'm so glad that you guys have shared your story. And like I said, jot these things down and make a book about it or something, a self-help book. I'm so serious. I give y'all 6 months. What's today's date?
Whoa. The price.
I know. Wait a minute.
I'm like adding to y'all players. So I give y'all 6 months. I need y'all to write. This is easy. Y'all have a lot of contents to share. Y'all write this down and get a book. Y'all put this in a book and help somebody. Oh, before we go, so one of my self-help, my self-care, like sometimes it's like we began at the very beginning when I did the breathing exercise. So my son-in-law bought me an Apple Watch. I'm so excited. I've always wanted one. I had an Apple Watch. I was so excited. Like, was it Mother's Day? Was it Mother's Day?
Yes, mm-hmm.
So one of the things that the watch does is sometimes it'll say, it's time to breathe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And honey, every time it tells me it's time to breathe, I pause.
Breathe, yeah.
Let me tell you, this is Mama Claudia. I pause, Caressa, and I don't care where I am. If I'm in the store, like I was with your dad, I think Wednesday or Thursday, went to the store, and he was talking. I was like, hold on. He
Oh,
said,
gosh.
hold on. I think it's like a minute, maybe it's a minute, but
It's a minute.
It's a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, that minute helps so much.
It does. It does.
I just like dismiss, not right now. Dismiss. I need
to. I
start
stop everything. I stop when this thing says it's time to breathe. Okay, so she feels something's going on in my spirit.
Yeah. She does pick up on changes.
Yeah, it picks up, and I'll be like,
yeah,
because it tells you stand still and pay attention to your breathing is what it says.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
that's awesome.
And I'll be like,
that's so true, though.
Yes, I stop everything, y'all, because we tell you it's nothing.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah.
Breathing, no matter what you're doing. When this thing said to breathe, that means something is off. Let's just stop and breathe.
Yeah.
Okay, God.
I like that.
Yeah, because I believe Holy Spirit said, okay, Claudine, it's time to just calm on down. I know you feel anxious.
Yeah.
Just breathe.
Yeah.
Let's breathe. Just so.
Get that heart rate back down.
Yes. Yeah. I thank y'all so much for listening today. I utilize my watch. I really do. And also, and that says, y'all better listen to Mom. I'm telling you, what is 6 months from now? Is that too long for y'all to get that book together?
Too long or too short? Ma'am. 6
months. Y'all just gave content to the world.
Yeah. Can we get a little extension? I'm trying to open the store.
The world is watching. Annette.
Let's revisit in 6 months and see.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Okay, so Annette, you heard them? Okay, so I'm gonna put Annette's gonna be my partner in this. I'm gonna give y'all 6 months to just start writing these down, just like even when you're doing your journals. Start with that and just start writing. You got your journal, then it's okay. On here, let me go ahead and say self-help looks like. And just I want all three of y'all, I'm giving y'all an assignment. Don't forget, when y'all come on these shows, these broadcasts, it's not just to come on there. This is an assignment from heaven.
Okay.
Y'all thought it's a setup. It's a setup, okay. It's a setup because y'all definitely have a lot here. It is a setup. I give y'all 6 months. What is 6 months from now?
Too soon.
6 months from now.
That be January.
Well,
thank you so much, Nicki, for sharing, because they act like they didn't know what 6 months from now is. The two of them fake.
Well, I was thinking because it's January 31st and tomorrow's August, so that's why I was like, well.
Yes, August.
That's why. But
I would say January.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. Thank you, Annette. Thank you, Nicki. Y'all get Nicki.
That seems so close.
It's
No.
Can we do like March? I'm opening a store and I don't want to feel overwhelmed.
But this, okay. So let's do. So you want to do February?
Okay.
I'm not listening. I'm not listening to Caressa. So February.
Hey, that's a good time. That's a month of love.
That's the month.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Okay, Nicki. Okay.
If y'all can get the
look at you, Nicki. You got this.
My daughter was born on Valentine's. So.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
That is sweet.
That's cool. That's really good. If y'all can get this together, I'm gonna make some connection. I know Angie is also an author, and she knows she has some connection. I know she's still on here, but we're gonna get this in a book, and we're gonna try to figure out how we can put this on there. Lord, I believe you for the finances, for the right connections for these young ladies, so they can put these things in writing for others to see and to be set free. Okay, that's what we're gonna believe the Lord for going into 2022. And before I go, also for those that are listening, I also would like to hear what these ladies have to offer. So they're all business owners also, as you can hear. And so I'm going to start. So Nicki actually does some fantastic cakes. Nicki can do some cakes. She actually made a mermaid cake. Was that last year, Nicki? I mean,
yeah, it was.
She surprised me with a mermaid cake. Let me tell you, first of all, she tricked me. She texted me sent me a message on Facebook. And she says, I really need to talk to you. You're going to be in church on Sunday. I said, girl, are you okay? Did someone message you? I was like, did someone message you? Are you okay? Somebody at the church messaged you, girl. I was getting have her back. I know, I just want to really talk to you. And I mean, I think she may reach out to me maybe Monday or Tuesday. So the suspense was there, like, oh my God, is she okay? What's going on? This mother got her side eye, I have to go to, what is it? She was really good. She had me convinced. I just need to talk to you, Miss Claude. I should really talk to you. I get to church on Sunday, and I think, I don't know if Lenore, out of emotion or what, she was like, or she came to church, was like, I was like, oh God, what's going on, Jesus? What's going on? And I go in the kitchen, she's like, girl, surprise, it was a mermaid cake. Y'all, I love mermaids. I've always wanted I think one day I'll be a mermaid. I don't know. But I love mermaids. She surprised me with a mermaid cake, her and Lenore. It was just so beautiful. So Nicki Nye, for those that were looking for cakes or cookies or anything, cupcakes, Nicki Nye is the person to go to. And so her Instagram is Nicki Nye, is on the screen, NICKINYE, and Nicki Nye Cakes is her Facebook. So those are her social media handles right here. And I'm going to also put in the comments section for those to see it. And then we also have Erica. You just have a Facebook page.
Yeah. Well, I have Instagram too, but.
And you do your business. You advertise your business on Instagram also?
Yes.
Let me put this in here.
It's gem.aesthetics.
Okay,
so it's the same thing, just a period in the middle.
Okay. I apologize for your work there. ESTHETICS?
Yes.
And that's Instagram, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. And can you tell, before we go, please tell us one more time what that is?
I'm an esthetician, so a skincare specialist. I offer facials and body contouring services. And I will also be having retail soon.
Yes.
With my own skincare line.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
That's exciting.
Yes. So I have some beautiful ladies here that actually have a few things that they're doing. So we also have some, that's Erica. You can also check her out. Please go check her out. That's another form of self-care, getting away in your face. And I shared with Erica too, when she was on our show for a glow, that I had my first one this year. And I was like, oh my God, what have I been waiting for? I love it. Really getting away, just your quiet time. And so that's also pretty good. So please go check out Erica Jones, you all. And like I said, I will also put this in the comments section. And then we have Bow by Caressa. Was it Bow's Customs? You want to share a little bit of Caressa of what that is, or?
I just customize literally anything. Right now, one of the hot sellers are tables, like personal tables. But I do it all: T-shirts for parties, family reunions. I do cups. I do coffee mugs. I do it all. Everything. I can't even think sometimes because I just do it all.
Right.
Sometimes customers give me ideas to do things for them. So
Thank you so much. And Nicki, share a little bit more of what, I know you do cakes. Anything else that you do, or share a little bit more of your cakes that you do, or your inspiration, please.
Yeah, I do. I'm actually starting to have a new menu that will be starting very soon of a lot of ready-made cupcakes and things, because I have a lot of people that have reached out to me wanting to have something right then and there, and I didn't have it because I usually just do planned out, very custom orders. And but yeah, so now I'm gonna be, I do cakes, cupcakes, cake sickles, which are like, they look like the Magnum ice cream bar on a stick, but it's a cake pop on the inside, and lots of different things. And there's unlimited ideas of designs. Right. So and I like to make it edible. So if it can be pretty, I will find a way to make it edible so that you can look at it and then eat it.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. And what's that bomb thing called? Because you had given me a mug with the bomb thing. I think it was a coffee bomb.
In the winter, I do cocoa bombs, hot cocoa bombs.
Nice.
But I do hearts.
Yes. So. Okay. Yes. Yeah. I think Alvin, she had given me a mug with some things. Alvin thought it was candy, girl. He was getting ready to steal my candy, take my candy. I was like, and it And I guess was Nicki. She's like, no, there you got to go in there with hot water. I was like, see, he was getting ready to take my my cocoa bomb. I was scared.
I like
I would have
that.
let him and watch.
I know, right? That's what you're done. That's
He'll
what
learn.
you're done.
Oh,
That's what you're done. This is so good. Thank y'all so much. So we have 1 minute, so I'm going to just share. Actually, and also y'all can follow those that are watching. Continue to follow on I am Claudine Hicks Instagram and Facebook handles. I am Claudine Hicks for any updates. And like I said, in the comment section, I'll make sure to put all the ladies, Erica, Caressa, and Nicki's. I'll put all their contact information also for those that would like to reach out to them. Ladies, thank y'all so much. Don't go when we get off the air. Don't come off, Caressa. Don't get off, please, because of this stay on when we get off here. So thank y'all so much for watching us. We really appreciate and love you all. Have a great rest of the day. Happy Saturday.